In the frostbitten outskirts of Black Hollow Ridge, a place where even wolves refused to howl after midnight. Hale. He wasn't the kind of man who feared shadows he'd hunted through them his whole life. But he did fear something else. The stories the old miners told. The ones about creatures that wore human shapes but carried no soul behind their eyes. Rowan never believed legends. Not until the night a woman stepped into his cabin without knocking. It was just past midnight. Snow hammered against the wooden walls, and Rowan was stitching an old leather coat when the door creaked open by itself. A rush of icy wind followed, and then she entered. She didn't speak, didn't shiver, didn't even blink. Rowan stood up slowly. "Ma'am, you lost?" he asked. No answer. Her hair was dripping with melted frost, her dress torn as if she had crossed the wilderness barefoot, but it was her eyes that made Rowan's breath stop. They were bright silver, too bright, too still, too empty. Not dead, but not alive either. "Sit by the fire," Rowan said carefully. "You'll freeze." She didn't move. Instead, she stared at him with a look that felt like claws scraping across his thoughts. Rowan felt something strange, his heartbeat slowing, his cabin growing quieter, as if the world leaned in to listen. Then she whispered, barely audible, "Help me." Her voice was soft, but it sounded like it echoed from far tunnels underground. Before Rowan could respond, she collapsed. He rushed to catch her, but when he touched her skin, it was ice cold, colder than the snow outside. He carried her to his bed, covering her with blankets. As he did, he noticed something. No breath misted from her lips. And yet she wasn't dead. A scar ran down her neck, thin and glowing faintly blue, like a seam holding something inside. An hour passed. Then her eyes snapped open. Rowan stumbled back. The silver in her gaze flickered like firelight trapped under glass. She sat up slowly, moving with inhuman precision. "You shouldn't have brought me in," she whispered. "Why?" Rowan asked, hand inching toward his rifle. "Because they're coming." A distant howl tore through the night. Not a wolf, too deep, too distorted. Rowan felt the floor tremble beneath his feet. She looked at him again. This time her eyes weren't empty. They were filled with terror. "They made me a vessel," she confessed. "And now they want me back." "Who?" Rowan demanded. She stepped toward him, her voice trembling. "The ones who live beneath the ridge. The ones who took my soul and left this." The wind outside stopped. Total silence. Then a heavy thud landed on the cabin roof. Her silver eyes turned toward the ceiling. "They found me." Rowan blew out the lantern and whispered, "Then tonight, we fight together." And in the suffocating darkness, the roof began to crack.